All right, what's going on, guys? We're going to be going over a must-have for serious reverse engineering and especially malware analysis. This is called FlareVM from Mandiant. And basically what it is that it's a giant toolbox that you can install inside of a Windows 10 virtual machine, right? So this has got it's got your disassemblers, hex editors, debuggers, you know, it's got reg shot, like registry stuff, process stuff, um, and everything that you could need for reverse engineering. It's even got a local like web browser installation of CyberChef. so so here we go. You're gonna need a virtual machine software. You need a computer that can run basically two computers at the same time. Um, Here's the recommendations for specs. I would really recommend ha giving yourself more than 60 gigabytes of hard drive space. I would even say 75, even 80 if you can. I did 100 just because I have a lot of space. And then memory, I definitely recommend 8 gigabytes if you can, if you're going to be running like um, debuggers and disassemblers and yeah, you can get away with 6 maybe. Um, and also when you create a username, just do like no spaces, no other special characters, just do user. Yeah, and you need a internet connection and you need to have PowerShell installed. So first things first, you can use any virtual machine software you want. I like VirtualBox, you can use VMware, you can use whatever. So go ahead and set up your Windows 10 machine, and you can download a Windows 10 ISO right from Microsoft, go through the installation there. I'm not going to go through that. That's kind of, I mean, it's, maybe I'll do a video on that later, but um, so yeah, one of the first things you want to do to prepare this is you're going to want to make sure that your machine is connected to the internet. So you probably want to do inside of network, maybe a bridge adapter or a NAT at first. The second thing you want to do is there's a really cool tool called Windows Defender Remover. Now, the reason why we need to do this is because when you are, some of these tools are flagged as viruses, some of these, and also some of the reverse engineering work, especially if you're going to be doing malware analysis, it's going to be constantly messing with your samples. So you want to disable this. So this is going to disable Smart Screen, um, you know, the virus detection, Windows Security Center is going to be disabled. Um, Removing antivirus stuff. So yeah, you can go ahead and download this and just run it in your machine. Here's an example of what it looks like. Press yes, and then you just go through here, and it says what you're going to want to do is Y. I already did this, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, you go through that, and then it'll ask you to reboot. The second important thing you want to do is you want to disable Windows updates, right? So in order to do that, there's a tutorial right here. You have to go into the group policy editor. So let's do that right now. I'll show you. GP edit. Or I guess I got to do this. .msc. That is not to be found. Oh, I don't think I can do this because it's not pro. Yeah, I don't think I can do this because I don't have This isn't a Microsoft Pro version. I don't know, but anyways, the way you would do this is you would go into gpedit.msc if you have Windows 10 Pro. You go to Computer Configuration, Administrative Templates, Windows Components, Windows Update, Configure Automatic Updates right here. Click on that, and then you want to switch it to disabled and press apply and OK. If it asks you to reboot. Okay. So now what you're going to want to do before you disable your internet connection on your virtual machine is, well, actually don't disable it at all. Download the installer, save it onto your desktop. And what you would do is you would go ahead and open an elevated PowerShell terminal, navigate to wherever your installation script is stored. So for me, it's going to be in users, user downloads. Okay. And like it says here, you would unlock the file, you would run this, and you would set the execution policy so you can actually run it, right? So you would just do that in your terminal. And then in order to run this, right, if you want this to be as less user interaction as possible, to be as automatic as possible, because this installation does take a long time, here's what you would do. This command right here, and I'll put this in the description, this is what you would do. You would run this and replace this with your actual password, which ironically mine is just password. This is going to run the installation script where it's not going to ask you if you want to install stuff. It's just going to do it. There's no GUI to select things. Now, if you want to run it with a GUI, remove this, and then you can have a checkbox down here. I'll show you what that looks like. Here's the installer GUI. You might actually want to remove that no GUI, because here you can pick and choose at the very beginning what you want to install. Pretty self-explanatory. You know, just check what you want depending on what you're going to be using this for, and then press install. So yeah, so you would probably just use this command, and then no wait is going to make it as automatic as possible. So that's what you would do. It's going to take several hours, at least it did for me. And when you're done, you're going to go to Devices, Network. Oh, the first thing you should do when it's done installing is take a snapshot of the virtual machine right after it's installed and name it like clean Flare installation, just in case in the future, if you mess up your virtual machine, it gets infected or whatever, you can revert back to the snapshot and have a clean VM again. So very important to do that. That way you don't have to reinstall the entire operating system, and it'll just be a pain that way. Yeah, and then when you're done, you go to network settings, and make sure that you choose host only adapter or not attached. Host only adapter basically just puts the machine in its own network with no internet access. Deny the promiscuous mode to be extra careful. And then always be sure that when you're doing your analysis, this can't reach out to anywhere. So, otherwise it's taking a long time. Try to search something, site can't be reached, good. If you want to be extra careful, open a terminal and try to ping. Sorry, this is running really slow. Ping 8.8.8.8. If you can't reach it, that's good. So there you go. You're all set up. You'll have a folder on your desktop called Tools. Inside of here are all the different categories of reverse engineering that you would need, right? And actually, let me show you that Cyber Chef. Yeah, it's in Tools and Utilities. So this is pretty cool. Cyber Chef is a huge reverse engineering uh, tool that usually you can access. There's a GitHub page, but this is a local installation of this, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to connect to the internet to use Cyber Chef. Anyways, yeah, FlareVM, it's great. I use it. I use it at work. I use it for my personal stuff. If you're a cybersecurity engineer like I am, really recommend. I mean, it, of course, depends on what you're doing, but really recommend that you get a FlareVM for your work. So yeah, there you go.